Hello folks, welcome to another tutorial of BCN training. This time I'm going to show you how to do handstand push-ups. By the end of it, you'll know what basic requirements you need in order to do handstand push-ups and the right exercise progression that will take you to master this skill. Also, I'll explain some useful tips regarding the technique and show you the most common mistakes. Before you even venture into trying to do handstand push-ups, you must have two things. First, of course, the handstand. No point in trying to do handstand push-ups if you can't do a handstand. And I don't mean just be able to get upside down for a second. I mean a good, stable handstand. There is no exact parameter to define what is good enough, but I'd say that being able to hold it for at least 30 seconds would be a good starting point. Second logical requirement is strength. You need to have enough strength to lift your entire body weight with the overhead motion. You can do push-ups with the support of the wall, but I actually prefer doing strict barbell overhead presses to test my overhead strength, because the arm motion is more similar to that used in a handstand push-ups, with the weight going from straight overhead to the front of the shoulders as it comes down. Plus, strict overhead presses force you to engage your core, which you don't need to when you're leaning against the wall. I would quantify the strength required for the overhead press to slightly lower than body weight because of the increased range of motion with the barbell coming down to shoulder level compared to the range of motion of the handstand push-up where you can't go deeper once you reach the floor. Once you've made sure you have those two, let's have a look at the progression. First, place your feet on a support. A box or steps piled up on top of each other will do, and your hands on the floor so your hips are directly above your shoulders, with your back straight like in an inverted L position. From there, do push-ups. Keep in mind that the back must be straight at all times, and your entire weight should be on your arms. Second step, you'll now get your feet up with your chest facing a wall. Try progress this exercise by starting with your hands away from the wall as if you were doing a simple push-up with the elevated feet, and then getting closer and closer to the wall in a handstand position. Don't worry for now if you find yourself arching your back as you get closer to the wall. That's quite normal, otherwise you'd fall forward. Also, I don't recommend doing it with your back facing the wall because this has a different movement mechanics to the real handstand push-up because you can't get your body to shift the weight forward as it should. In the third step, we'll get away from the wall and hold the handstand with the arms bent as you'd freeze halfway up or halfway down. This is a great exercise to test and improve your stability as well as your arm strength. Next, we'll do half handstand push-up, starting with a coming down or eccentric phase. So you'll get into the handstand position first, then you start coming down slowly while keeping your body firm and straight until your head reaches the ground. And last we'll do the other half of the handstand, which is the concentric phase or the pushing up. Here the focus must be in getting to stretch your arms with your elbows completely locked without falling forward or back. Now here's some tips that can help you getting your handstand push-ups or at least cleaning up the form if you kinda do it but it doesn't look great. First tip, press your hands firmly on the floor and towards one another as if you were to fold the floor and get your hands together. This helps a great deal in giving stability to the position, and this is especially true in the upward or pressing up phase of the movement. Also important is that you try to keep your elbows in as you come down. Although it requires more strength than doing it with your elbows pointing out, I recommend it because it will actually give you more stability. Third, as you have seen, the movement of the body is not straight up and down because that will cause you to fall forward if you don't have a support, but instead the body moves forward as it comes down. This implies a continuous shift of the center of gravity as you move. You can't get used to this by trying to slightly shift your weight when you are in the handstand position. This is a great exercise that will help you a lot to understand the motion involved in the handstand push-up. And last, remember to squeeze your shoulder blades as you push your weight up. This will add further stability to the position when you're up, as well as keeping your body alignment. The two most common mistakes I see when people do handstand push-ups and keep falling back or falling forward are not activating your core well enough. And I'm talking especially about your lower back that must be kept as tight and contracted as possible, otherwise your legs will take their own path, falling backward or forward. And also, moving too fast or too slow will cause you to lose control of the movement. If you move too fast, you lose stability because you don't have enough time to reset your center of gravity. And if you move too slow, you do have stability, but on the other hand, it takes up a lot of strength, making you fatigue earlier. So that's all folks. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you found it useful. Please subscribe if you did, and feel free to comment and ask questions, as I'm getting more and more comments, which is great, and I actually love your feedback, but it takes a lot of time, so please understand if I don't reply to you all, but I'll do my best. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.